Hey, it's John. Close Enough Garage. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out. Excuse me. Happy Veterans Day. Let's not forget them, huh? Gave so much so we can have so much. And especially the ones who made the ultimate sacrifice. Always have a soft spot in my heart for the veterans. Today, we're home on Veterans Day because of what them guys done and gals. So, we're working on the 39. Finally, we just call her Black Betty, right? We never really got to go over this car. So the day we picked it up, I was going to do a walk around, blah, blah, blah. But when we were up there in Harrisville picking it up, and before we could do the walk around, it took forever to load it, right? We didn't have a power winch or anything like that. We didn't get to do the walk around. Smitty had some appointments he had to get to. And so and then we brought it home, and then it didn't run when we brought it home. It didn't have brakes. It'd been setting, so Smitty said 6 to 8 years, something like that. And then now the fuel gauge does get power. It moves when you turn your key on. But I feel like the sending unit is the old cork sending unit. And I believe it's just saturated. Here's a piece of it. Right? It's pretty much, it doesn't really feel corky anymore. So let's order another sending unit, right? So we know where we're at. Ordered one from Metro Mopower. MoPowerPro.com. Got it to me. Shipping was good. Blah, blah, blah. Looked pretty good. The arm looked like the right length. Took the old sending unit out. Put this one in. It's where the wires attach. This screw come out with no problem. This screw just turned and turned and turned and turned. So it goes into a brass ferrule, threaded ferrule, and the wires hooked to the back of that, right, to give us this reading. Well, that one stripped. Made a note, sending it back. I reached out to MoPower Pro and just left them an email. Let them know, and that's how you work, and they'll send you a return label, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're kind of Johnny on the spot, let me tell you, because they turned around and sent me another one right away. I mean, I didn't even, right away. The bag was open when I got it, so I didn't do anything to it. But this arm is much longer, right? The tank's only so I don't think this one's going to work either. But in the meantime, I'm waiting for a return label from MoPower Pro. I order a fuel sending unit from Andy Birnbaum's. Well, they done good too, because they both showed up the same day, but Andy Birnbaum's looks like the arm is the right length, right? And instead of having screws, it has bolted nuts, that blah, 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 blah. It's got to be in there, right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to put this in today. We're going to pull the old one, measure the arm, make sure everything's the same. This is they're plastic now, not cork. And this is supposed to hold up to today's modern ethanol fuels. So that's what we're going to do. Hang out with me for a minute. And let me get set up in the trunk of the car. And we'll start taking that apart. It's been taken apart several times. It won't be an issue. And but maybe somebody hasn't done this or wants to know about this, and that's who the video's for. So hang on, fellas. So we're back. in the trunk of the car, underneath this area, that's where the gas tank is. So this plate, right? And then 4 screws, remove that. There's your sending unit. Can everybody see that? Let me take you in. All right, there's the sending unit. See it set down there? That goes directly into the gas tank. You see them wires there? They go to your fuel gauge. So what we're going to do is take that out, which has been removed more than once. But here's the deal. That goes directly into the gas tank. So when you take that out, there's going to be gas there. So obviously, I wouldn't, if you're going to have that cigarette, I'd kind of wait a minute. And, just, it's gasoline vapors. Let's be smart. We all know about gasoline. We didn't just land here from Mars. So let me grab some tools and we'll get set up for that. So we're back. We're 3/8. Oh, why do you have your gloves on, Princess? Because this, it's a long story, but we'll talk about it. So with the modern gas, they've removed the lead, as most of us know. I guess you can probably still get it in like marina stuff, some marine gasoline or stuff, but at the gas pump, they've removed the lead. We need lead in these old engines. So it's an additive. I can show you that later. But the additive, the lead additive is super stinky. Like when you get it on your hands, it stays for days. It ain't just like gasoline. So it's pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty. So ask me how I know. Right? So I done that last time. And I just couldn't get it off my hands. So I'm trying to be a little proactive here. I know. We never had gloves before. I get it. Now we wear gloves for everything, I don't even know where I got these gloves. I normally only wear them when I'm painting, mixing paint, and stuff of that nature. Now, I label these. Here comes the furnace. I labeled these because I just know John, right? And I put the towel here to catch any drippings. Sorry, guys. Furnace is going to cycle. Hopefully it won't be too noisy. Nope, no bolts or nuts. It seemed like they were really, with this 39 and my 50, it seemed like they were real fans of straight screws instead of bolts. And these ain't, I'm guessing that these are the original screws, 1939. Because they're, yeah, I don't want to drop one of those because of, it'll be on top of the gas tank. And then that's going to be a whole nother issue. I had a magnet, but I think these are brass. Oh yeah, while that furnace is running, there's an open flame there. Yeah. I can already smell gas fumes. So there it is. I removed part of that cork the other night when I had this about, just thinking maybe this would come up a little easier, because actually I believe like the cork is saturated, right? It's not corking anymore. But that's how it goes. Now we're going to get the new one, compare arm length, and these holes are set. If you see, they're offset, so it can only go in one way, right? So you can't have it like this. You can't have it, so that's going to keep your wires orientated to the right and left side. Put the towel down in case I drip any gasoline on my new bed liner stuff. I don't know how long it actually takes to cure. But that's where we're at. So stand by. All right, there's a look at them. Here's the original. See the arm length? On the very left here, this is one from Mopower Pro. See how long that is? It would probably work. I mean, up is up and full is full. When it goes down, should indicate empty. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use Andy Birbaum's sending unit, due to the fact it's the closest arm length to the original. They look about the same quality. I'm glad that they don't have the screws. That seemed to be a bad design right from the get-go. The Mopower Pro, the arm's a little longer. The original and Andy Birbaum's. I'm going to use Andy Birbaum's just because it matches the originals closer. So let's get back over there and install this. See what happens. So what I normally do is I put the gasket on, and then I use a scratch awl and just real gently just get in there and line up the holes. Make sure the holes are all right. Because like I say, this is clocked. The 2 holes go towards the top, 3 at the bottom. And slip that in there. The gasket's on. Put that down in there. And then the scratch awl again, you can just line up that hole. This ain't a scratch awl, but it is a small. Make sure your tools are clean too, because you are directly dropping schmutz right inside the gas tank. Right? Back to the original screw. Look. Yeah. Should have probably took a moment. They look brass to me, but maybe not. Went to the hardware store and got some see if we can get this to bite. The gasket does seem to be a little thicker than the original. So let's just see. I'm not going to super tighten that down because we may need some adjustment. I'm wearing the speaker today because sometimes the mic, not a speaker, it's a microphone. But I'm wearing it due to the fact that sometimes you don't really hear me good. Well, maybe that's a good thing. Anywho, here we are. I mean, this is really, I mean, if you got to work on your car, this is probably one of the easier fix, unless it don't work. Feels like everything's lining up nice. Yeah, I've been. We could go over the car. We really need to. We haven't done it really. You've seen bits and pieces. But I really haven't went over the car. And that's yeah. And I kind of had a plan of how I was going to introduce the car, and then that kind of fell to the wayside. And then it took so long to load it, and then I brought it home, and then you're just really not very deep at all. It's really kind of a booger to get them on there. I don't know. Like watching paint dry. I get it. Hey, we like to see what you're doing. You jump around too much. Hey, we can't hear you. Hey, you're too loud. Hey, it takes too long. Hey, I know. What do you want me to do? I'm really getting pretty pumped up because Black Betty here is getting ready to go to bed for the winter. It's like a bear, right? She's going to hibernate. And then really going to focus on doing body work on the 50 and get back to that. Well, we're just going to put that right there. We just put that. Let's use this lock washer. That's off the original. These are smaller. They're smaller than 3/8. But anyhow. I'll bet you. All right, stand by. Let me figure that out. All right, they're 5/16. And listen, you don't need 100 pounds torque here. You know what I mean? These things, they're small. You don't want to break the connection underneath. That's it, basically. Put your plate back on. Once again, this is where the scratch awl comes in really handy. One there, and then I don't have another scratch awl, but here's a little screwdriver. And bang. Okay, yeah, saves a lot of aggravation. Now, let's go up front, hook the battery back up, give it some power, and see if the fuel gauge moves. I always disconnect my battery. I don't know this car real well. We've had it probably, what, a month? I don't know, right? And it's easier to disconnect the battery, just pull the negative off, just break the circuit any way you want to, instead of things finding it's got a bad short someplace and it burns your project down and your garage and your house. And then when this is just this right there, see that? So much easier. Once I know the vehicle and I build trust in the wiring, then you can do what you want. But that's just it's simple, it's easy, it's peace of mind. So let's do that. Okay, battery's hooked up. We're inside. Now this is a points distributor. So anytime the power is on, there's power going to the points, and you can weld your points together, but you can follow them. But what we're looking for right now is just see, look at that. Look at that. That's not right because we're not full. So what's the issue? That is not right. We're not full. I put 10, it's an 18-gallon tank. I put 10 gallons in it and I drove it about 70 miles. So we know that's not right. So let's let's think. I don't know. Stand by. Okay, we're back. Yeah, it was a loose wire right in here, and I don't know, because then it went all the way full, like you guys seen, and then it went back to empty, like it had no power there at all. So a little bit of a quick fix on that wire right there, and seems to be all for the goods. So let's. I do believe that. All right, so that's where we're at. Get this thing wrapped up, put the lid back on it. Yeah, they were fond of screws in the 30s and the 50s. My 50s the same way. All right, so that's a win. We don't get a lot of them, so I like them when we get them. It was a win. Well, I guess we're not one yet, have we? Hey, Jimmy, thanks for the carpet. Thanks for the carpet. Lead. Got me a lead on a carpet. I can buy it by the yard. Just haven't pulled the trigger yet. But we're going to. Black Betty's getting ready to go into hibernation. Just kind of getting the things that we got laying around here hooked up. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching. Let's see. Oh, man, let me tell you this. This is cool. 100 subscribers on YouTube. Before the end of the year, we're at 100 subscribers. Thank you very much. I'm pumped about that. I was so excited. I opened up the YouTube channel and I looked 100. And I was like, yeah, so that was a good day. That's how I left for work that morning. That was cool. Very excited about that. 127 followers on Facebook. Thank you. That's cool, man. It's cool. I know. When you see some of these, some guys, you know, have thousands, 100,000s. But we ain't been doing this long. I don't put out a lot of videos. I got this full-time job life thing going on. Not complaining. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. That means a lot. I'm going to try to cut this short. It's getting a little long, little long in the tooth. Thanks, man. That's cool. That means a lot to me. If you only knew. If you only knew. Thank you. Happy Veterans Day. Let's remember the ones that aren't home. Let's special memory for the ones, or a prayer for the families, for the ones who made the ultimate sacrifice. It always gets me a little bit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The 100 subscribers, the 127 subscribers. I've got some over on Instagram too. I'm not sure the number there. I don't do a lot over there. I mean, Facebook's a reach for me. I'm kind of an older guy. YouTube's kind of a reach for me, but it's cool. It's cool. I get a charge out of seeing people. I get a charge out of the comments, but I'm just rattling on here. Got more to do. Thank you. Subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm bad. Tell me what the ham. I get that from the guys I work with in person. So thanks, guys. I appreciate every one of you. It's super cool. I got a lot of sheet metal work coming, man. As soon as Black Betty gets out of here and goes to bed, sheet metal work's coming. All right. Enjoy your day.